Afternoon, warriors. So here is my ingredients for a sweet and sour cabbage soup, which is Russian inspired. So I got this 100% grass-fed Angus beef short rib, 2 packages of that. I wanted on the bone, but they did not have it. And Walmart had it, but I don't know if that meat has antibiotics and other stuff, chemicals in it. I don't know if Walmart uses that. I couldn't get a right answer, so I didn't get that. So we have the meat, just a couple of carrots I had left over, a beet that I'm going to throw in, 2 onions. I am going to use this Better Than Bouillon, even though it's a vegetable bouillon. I'm going to use it because they wanted $8 and change for a roast beef bouillon at Sprouts. And I said, no, I'm not doing it, when Walmart has it for $4. So I did not get that. But so why I'm going to use that is because it adds a little more flavor than this bouillon, which is Pacific Foods beef broth. So the little tiny bouillon that I have is going to add just a little more flavor to this beef broth. Then I'm going to add apple cider vinegar, tomato paste, and diced organic tomatoes, brown sugar. So that is my ingredients. This is kind of a grandmother's recipe, or I used to call her nanny. So we're going to see how it comes out. I'm going to show you the end result and taste it, see how it is. Warriors, good evening. So here's the end result of the sweet and sour cabbage soup with short ribs. Now, what happened was I wound up bringing back the short ribs to Sprouts because I said to the lady when I was going to buy it, I said, look, there's no marbling in there. It's like just straight beef. I said, how can that be good? She goes, oh, it's delicious. I said, okay, I'll take your word for it. Well, lo and behold, it was not delicious. I mean, you couldn't even cut the bitch. So I brought it back, cooked. They refunded my money. Then I went to Whole Foods and I got short ribs on the bone. Now, here's the thing. I remember making this soup a while back and I used flanken, which is a short rib, but it's a little bone. It's a little piece of meat. It's not big pieces of meat with fat. That's what I used, and that's what I should have gotten, but I didn't. So I got short ribs from Whole Foods, which is actually turning out really good, but I have to skim the fat off. So if you can look at the closeness of it. It looks, I tasted it. It's awesome. Now, what I'm going to do, I'm going to get a plate of the soup, and I'm going to eat the short ribs on its own with some horseradish. And when I do that, I'm going to show you the plate. But yeah, this is awesome. It's a hearty meal, and you know what? I have enough for shit, I gotta freeze some of it. It's so much. And, you know, all in all, it's not that expensive. I mean, you pay for the vegetables and the meat, but all in all, if you want a hearty meal, you know, like for the winter, and you can freeze some of it, this is the way to go. So I'll give you my last take on this when I eat it in a bit. Afternoon, warriors. So here's a picture of my short rib close-up. It's absolutely delicious. So I'm going to eat that with Bubby's prepared horseradish. I just like horseradish with this type of thing. And then, of course, my soup, which is kind of lost its cabbage. The cabbage kind of disappeared. But you can see all the goodness, the carrots, the cabbage, garlic, onions. It's really good. What I might do is add some apple cider vinegar, because in cooking the meat, sometimes the acidity disappears. So I'm going to add a little bit of apple cider vinegar, and it should be great. Should be great.